Hello, heavy artillery peoples. It's time for number 84, Go for Excellence. I'll play it for you, then we'll talk about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this has got a lot in it, and this is a challenging one. All right, so in order to correctly play line 84, you need to know a couple of things, and those things are found on page 18. All right, so the first thing is that you have to know the note that's shown in line 74, top of page 18. Okay, it's an A flat for trombone and baritone bass clef, and it's a B flat for tenor sax, bass clarinet, and baritone treble clef. All right. And they show the fingering or the slide position for that note there, okay? Now, when they want you to play that note as a flat, they can put the flat sign right before the note, and that makes you play it as B flat, or in the case of tenor, bass clarinet, and baritone treble clef, as a B flat, right? So, if you look at the song Old Blue, or actually number 74 itself and Old Blue, they put the flat in the measures. The general term for that is called an accidental. Accidentals last only for the remainder of the measure for any of that note that shows up, okay? But if you take a look at line number 76, they put the flat in what they call the key signature. So right after your clef sign, okay, that's a bass clef for trombone and baritone bass clef, treble clef for the other instruments, right? They put a flat sign there, or flat sign. So for the trombone and baritone bass clef, you have B flat, E flat, A flat showing in the key signature. So that means automatically play every B a B flat, every E an E flat, every A an A flat. They don't have to tell you, okay, in the measures. All right, so, and for baritone, tenor, treble clef, and tenor sax, bass clarinet, they put a flat at the beginning of the key signature, at the beginning after the treble clef, and I'll spit it out. And that means make all B's into B flats automatically, even the low one, okay? So any B will automatically be a B flat. Don't get confused, by the way, guys. Flats do look like tiny B's, but they mean flat. They don't mean B. They just mean flat for whatever line or space note that they're placed on in the music staff. So anyway, so you got that so far so good. Right now, to further add kind of complication, there's a natural sign shown to you on the top of the page, and if you read it says, a natural sign cancels a flat or sharp. It remains in effect for the entire measure. And I will clarify that and say the entire rest of the measure, okay? So what that means is, let's say they tell you, like in line 76, that they want you to play the note flat, okay? And then you get to the third measure, and you notice that the second note has a natural sign in front of it. Well, guess what? Trombone, baritone, bass clef is going to play an A there, second position or second valve. Tenor sax, bass clarinet, and baritone treble clef will play a B there. Not a B flat, but a B, all right? Now, the fingering for that note is found on the top of page 11, by the way. If you need to look back, you can look up that fingering for that note, okay? All right, so now that we've gone through all of that hoo-ha, when we look at Go for Excellence, we've got to go through that same process as before, except when we get to the note part, we have to make sure that we're watching out for what our key signature tells us, and if they give us any naturals, what those mean for us to do. All right? So let's look at the first two measures. All right, and let's do the 5-step process. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. Foot cam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. Notice my foot is steady. I know I keep saying that. Your foot does not double tap or anything crazy. It goes steady, right? Once you can say it with your voice, pick one note, all right? This time I'm going to do it on a D on the trombone, and for the treble clef instruments, that would be an E for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. missed a note there. Let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next step, you know it. Name those notes and do your fingers or your slide. Okay, pause if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat, B flat, A, B flat. E flat, B flat, B flat, A, B flat. Treble clef instruments. F, C, B, B, C. F, F, C, C, B, B, C. And again, remember these notes with the natural sign, okay, they're not the flat, okay, so they're not like the one in line 74, they're like the one in line number 11, line 36 on page 11. With me so far? All right, next step is to play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the idea? I did a little bit of a chip on a note there, but you'll forgive me, I hope, right? Okay, now, here's the thing. Next measure is kind of key, all right? So if you look at the third measure, first note, second note, and then the pair of eighth notes. Notice the pair of eighth notes. Do they have a natural sign before them? And the answer is no. So therefore, you go by what the key signature tells you. Remember the key signature at the beginning, right? So in that measure, those notes for trombone and baritone bass clef, those will be A flat. For tenor sax, bass, clarinet, baritone, treble clef, they'll be B flat. Okay, that's the note that's found in line 74. All right, but then wait, they changed their mind on the very last note of the measure. Do you see how they give you the natural sign? Aha! So now you have to change that note and play that. That's the one that's found on the top of page 11. Okay. When you have a natural before a note, you could just say the note name, or you could use the word natural with it if you want. So I like to just say the note name because it's an A or it's a B. Okay. All that natural means, as they define on the top of page 18, is that it cancels out previously given flat or sharp. Okay. Now, so there's the process. Now, the thing of it is, the fifth step, by the way, in this case, if you have slurs, is to add the slurs. Always add the slurs last, guys. Don't attempt to slur until you've got the rhythm set and the note set and you can tap your foot steadily to it. Okay. Things like rhythm and dynamics are like the icing on the cake, right? You want to make sure that the cake is solid first, and then you add the icing, okay? So be sure that you follow those steps, and again, trombone players, remember, you don't have to slur. All right, have fun.